For today's lecture, we are going to discuss about entomology or introduction to entomology. So, what is entomology? The term entomology originated from two Greek words, entomon meaning insect and lohia meaning the study of. Therefore, we define entomology as the study of insects. But in agriculture, we also include other arthropod relatives such as the millipedes and centipedes under this field of specialization. So why do we study insects? So insects play an important role in human lives. Some insects are agricultural pests, threatening food supply, but some are pollinators that aid in food production. Some are vectors of diseases in plants, animals, and humans, but they also produce substances that are used in medicine, and they are source of other important products such as honey and silk. So to summarize, we need to study insects because they play several roles in the ecosystem that can be considered as beneficial or harmful. Another reason why we study insects is because of their existence, dominance, and diversity. In terms of existence, insects have been in existence for at least 400 million years, and that would make them among the earliest terrestrial animals. And the only other terrestrial organisms that old are a few other arthropods such as the millipede-like Arthropluroideans. The genus Arthroplura is a group of large extinct millipede-like arthropods of about 8.5 feet or 2.6 meters. And it is said to have lived from 345 to 293 million years ago. Another one is the rochoids. This is a fossil from 320 million years ago to 115 million years ago. They are said to be the primitive relatives of the living cockroaches. Next is dominance. There are two ways in order to measure the dominance of insects. One is by comparing the total number of species with other taxonomic groups, and at least 90% of known animal species are insects, and there are a lot more that remains undiscovered. Another way is to consider the density of individual species. Because of their small size and high reproductive potential, insect population often grow enormously. For instance, a colony of Australian termite in a 20 to 25 feet mound can contain millions of individual termites. A swarm of migratory locusts can contain 40 to 80 million individuals per square kilometer, and a swarm of locusts can cover several thousands of hectares. Another is the colony of driver ants, or the Dorylus sp. They are primarily found in African savanna, and a colony contains 20 million individuals, and there are many more. Another reason why we study insects is because they are a diverse group of organisms with a wide range of ecological habitats. There are terrestrial and freshwater insects. There are cave insects, such as the blind cave beetles. And there are also insects that live in adverse conditions, such as the petroleum fly. The petroleum fly, or the Heliomia petrolei, can live in oil fields or crude petroleum pool because of its ability to tolerate adverse aquatic habitats. The larvae of this species ingest large quantities of asphalt from the petroleum pool without any ill effects. There are also insects that can thrive in the polar ice caps of Antarctica, or the Antarctic midge, or the Belgica antarctica. Its larva develops for over 2 winters. It endures high winds, high salts, and intense UV radiation, and it loses nearly half of its body weight prior to reaching the adult. And the adult is wingless, and it only lives for a week. There are also insects that can thrive in areas with high salinity, such as the brine fly. The larvae of this fly contains a special organ that removes excess salt from their bodies, allowing them to tolerate highly saline water. We've mentioned earlier that insects have been in existence for more than 400 million years. So what makes them successful? Or what are the characteristics that they have that allows them to survive that long? One is that insects have rigid impermeable exoskeleton that protects them from extreme and varying weather conditions. Second, they can adapt or change their behavior and form depending on the environment they are in. And the evidence of this is the different variations in their morphology, such as the different kinds of legs, antennae, and mouth parts. Also, they can live in different habitats and feed on a wide range of food. They also have varied developmental stages and type of developments. And most insects have wings that help in evasion of predators, finding foods, and migration. They also have high reproductive potential that increases their survival and their ability to adapt to different environments. And their small size allows them to occupy small area despite their numbers.